Ferrari's 2024 season has been a tough one, with failed upgrades foiling what could have been a title challenge considering Red Bull's decline in form. Instead, the team has spent a number of races trying to right the wrongs of a bad floor, and now all that is left to fight for is second in the Constructors' Championship. Despite their historic success, Ferrari have not been able to sustain a title challenge since 2018, when they had the incredible lineup of Sebastian Vettel and Kimi Raikkonen. With Lewis Hamilton joining the team next season though, the pressure on Ferrari to perform has never been greater. They have the drivers, now they just have to provide the car and not shoot themselves in the foot with terrible strategy. Is that too tall an ask? Let's find out. Ferrari headed to Singapore with a vital front wing upgrade, which they hoped would help them challenge McLaren for a race win. The Italian outfit had been much more competitive over the previous few races, thanks to the introduction of a new floor at the Italian Grand Prix, and it hoped the minor tweak would give it more setup options to optimize car balance. Singapore is always a tough track to bring new upgrades to. It requires a high downforce setup to navigate the right-angle turns that street tracks are known for. It also has one of the worst track surfaces on the calendar, giving the drivers a bumpy ride, meaning a very delicate hand is required to set up the car correctly. That was something that the Scuderia failed to do. With the new front wing, the team failed to find the right balance for their drivers, and Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz finished 5th and 7th respectively. For a season that started so promisingly, 2024 has been a real disappointment for Ferrari. They were Red Bull's closest challengers over the opening rounds. Carlos Sainz picked up the pieces of the Red Bull failures in Australia for a race win, but when Red Bull made development errors which made their car undrivable, Ferrari were unable to capitalize. A failed floor upgrade at the Spanish Grand Prix knocked them back, and they took far too long resolving the problem. Mistakes happen, but if they could have resolved them quicker, they could have stayed in contention for both championships. Instead, they doubled down on the mistake, and another season will pass without a championship trophy for what is meant to be Formula One's greatest team. Next season, though, that could all change. With Charles Leclerc staying at the team and Lewis Hamilton joining him, they have arguably the strongest driver lineup on the grid. Ignore James Vowles' claims that his Williams pairing of Sainz and Albon are the best, a Leclerc-Hamilton lineup is vastly superior. Leclerc has been Ferrari's guy for years now. When he ascended to the team alongside Sebastian Vettel, he was seen as the future. When Carlos Sainz joined, the team weren't anywhere near a championship, so the pressure was off a bit. But over the past few seasons, Leclerc has been seen as the guy who could challenge Verstappen. However, driver mistakes, a lot of failed upgrades, and even more bad strategy have stopped him from delivering on his promise. Leclerc turns 27 today. Next season will be his 8th F1 season. 2025 is the time to deliver, and Ferrari believe he can do it. Ferrari driver coach Jock Clear is adamant Charles Leclerc is ready to deliver a world championship as soon as the team gives him the car to do it. Clear believes Leclerc will deliver once Ferrari has everything it takes to challenge for the world championship, which hasn't happened yet in his 6-year stay at the team. He's got what it takes to be a world champion, Clear said. He's got the qualifying pace. My God, I honestly think he's the best qualifier we've seen. It's difficult to go back as far as Michael Schumacher and Mika Häkkinen and people like that, but he is the best qualifier for sure. And his race management, if you look at Monza, it's just exceptional. When everything's lined up, he can deliver. Leclerc's race management is something that has been heavily questioned over the years. Despite having 26 pole positions to his name, Leclerc has only won 7 races. There was a big deal made of the stat which showed that Max Verstappen was more likely to win from a Leclerc pole position than Leclerc was. Jock's claim about Leclerc being the best qualifier we've seen will be challenged by Hamilton next year, that's for sure. He carried on by saying, "Charles hasn't been in that situation yet. Was 2022 genuinely a chance for Ferrari to win a world championship? You have to say it was, because at one point we were 40 points ahead. But we weren't ready as a team, and Red Bull outdeveloped us by the end of the year. Certainly, there were things that Charles would say were not at championship level during that year, but that is exactly the point. You're not going to win a championship until all of you are at that level. It's unfair to say that Mercedes only won all those championships because they had the best car. They had the best everything. And it's the same with Max. In the last 3 years, when we deliver a car to consistently challenge for the championship, which I think we're on the brink of now, Charles will deliver." This rhetoric is nothing new to the Ferrari team. Leclerc has always been the champion next season in the team's eyes. It is easy to say that if Ferrari get everything right, Leclerc can win the championship. That just never seems to happen. Whether it's Leclerc's own mistakes or Ferrari's, he has constantly tripped up when asked to rise to greatness. If Ferrari can offer up a championship-worthy car next year, and it is a massive if considering their history of falling short, then maybe Leclerc can win a championship. But he'll have to be a teammate who removed the mistakes from his driving a long time ago. But before I talk about Hamilton and why his place at Ferrari is being questioned, if you want to support the channel, the best thing you can do is head over to f1reverse.com and check out our new merch store. The quality is great, the designs are sick, and we ship worldwide. What more could you want? So, why is Hamilton's place at Ferrari being questioned again? Well, Hamilton has spent his entire career driving for English Formula One teams, offering a familiar and comfortable home for the 7-time world champion. He's also heading to a team that have built themselves around a career driver, Charles Leclerc, who is loved and adored by their fans. But the 7-time world champion's current team boss Wolff is convinced that Hamilton will quickly get to grips with things. I think that many people say that it's going to be really difficult, explained Wolff. But I think if you say it's going to be really difficult, then often it's the opposite. Ferrari is a great team, great people, lots of emotion and passion, and therefore it's pressure. But I believe they're going to find a way of working with each other. Hamilton also said earlier this year that he was ignoring the skeptics over a choice he is convinced is correct for him. There's not been a moment where I've questioned it, and I'm not swayed by other people's comments, he said. Even today, there are people continuing to talk shh, and it will continue on for the rest of the year. Despite Hamilton pushing back, though, the questions have continued. An unfamiliar environment, engineers who aren't accustomed to what he wants from the car, and 1,000 employees who don't speak English as a first language. It's going to be tough, though that doesn't mean it is a mistake. Racing in F1 is tough, but Hamilton has proven he can perform time and again, so why are people still questioning the move? Well, Mattia Binotto recently admitted that had it been up to him to decide, he would not have signed Hamilton. When asked what he would have done if the team wanted to sign Lewis while he was their principal, he said he wouldn't have allowed it. No, but he did very well to go to Ferrari. I would not have signed Lewis because Ferrari would have looked at other drivers. And if Charles Leclerc is a talent, he is the one who, in some way, I think should take the credit. Binotto is, of course, referring to the fact that Leclerc is Ferrari's #1 driver at the moment, but by signing Hamilton, you upset that balance. How can you call Leclerc, a 7-time race winner, your lead driver when he's lining up alongside Hamilton? Are Ferrari going to be compromising Hamilton's strategy to help Leclerc? Is Hamilton going to be giving his teammate a tow in qualifying? Absolutely not. Ferrari might try to ask him to, but Hamilton isn't going to do it. He's proven throughout his exemplary career that he is in F1 for one reason – to win. Hamilton hasn't gone to Ferrari to help Leclerc, he's gone to win an 8th world championship. Of course, if Lewis Hamilton is available to sign as a driver, you take him, but having 2 lead drivers creates a huge amount of pressure on the team. All eyes will be on every decision they make. The media will question everything, asking are they favouring Hamilton or will we favour Leclerc today? Ferrari will of course answer that they don't have a lead driver, but one of them will establish themselves as a favourite for a championship challenge, and at some point, Ferrari's decision to sign 2 lead drivers will come back to bite them when one feels slighted. The pressure on the team in 2025 is going to be immense, and if Ferrari's recent history has taught us anything, it's that they will crumble under that pressure. Do you agree with Binotto that Ferrari made a mistake? Or do you think that Jock Clear is correct and Leclerc will win a championship? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and if you want to catch more daily F1 news and the occasional opinion piece, give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you next time.